On her way to work, the woman noticed the old lady's behavior was strange. The moment she caught sight of the girl, she was so startled that the bowl in her hand slipped and crashed to the ground. She quickly rushed forward to pick up the fallen bowl, but unexpectedly found her wrist seized tightly by the elderly woman. The old lady then claimed that she would bring misfortune and would even cause the death of a man named Green. These ominous predictions threw her into a state of panic. Before she could inquire further, her handbag was snatched away. She immediately turned around to chase the thief. Fortunately, she managed to grab hold of the man's jacket in time. The man had no choice but to abandon the stolen person, flee hastily. When she turned back to look, she realized the old lady had vanished from where she had been standing. Initially, she didn't take the incident seriously, since she had no idea who this green person was. However, the date August 13th forced her to think deeply about it, as this happened to be the anniversary of her dear friend's death. For 14 years, she had been tormented by guilt, blaming herself for failing to help her friend when she needed it most. After a sleepless night, she had pushed the old lady's incident to the back of her mind. But the next morning, she was shocked to hear the very name the old lady had mentioned in her prophecy. She hurried to verify this with a female colleague, but the woman replied that she might have misheard. This response left her quite puzzled. Could her intense focus on the matter have caused auditory hallucinations? However, it wasn't long before the strange phenomena resurfaced. On her way to work, she unexpectedly spotted the surname Green on a residential nameplate. She was instantly frozen in shock. This was the very person the old lady had prophesied she would cause the death of. Driven by some mysterious force, she entered the building. However, after pressing the doorbell repeatedly for a long time, there was still no response. She had to leave temporarily. Returning home, she typed Green's name into her computer to search for information. Dozens of facial photographs appeared before her, yet her attention was drawn to one unremarkable face, as if there existed some inexplicable connection between them. The next morning, she returned to the square. After some searching, she headed straight for a homeless man. As expected, that very night the man brought her exciting news. Following his guidance, she arrived at a cave beneath the bridge. She had originally planned to pay the fee only after confirming she had seen the old lady, but the man immediately showed signs of panic, as if the old lady were some kind of harbinger of doom. Entering the bridge underpass, she indeed found the old lady's copper container, but there was no trace of the old lady herself. However, looking back, she glimpsed something floating on the water's surface. Coming to her senses, she quickly leapt into the river. What was drifting in the water was indeed the old lady.